Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're focusing on something really, really important. Footwear for women who are living with neuropathy.
Right.
And, if you or someone close to you has neuropathy, you understand that just walking, even a simple step, can sometimes be painful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this really isn't just about style, is it? It's much more about what you need to keep moving, stay comfortable, and maybe even prevent things from getting worse.
Exactly. We're definitely not putting style over substance here. Think of the right shoes as a fundamental tool, really, for managing a condition that impacts, well, everything you do daily.
Right.
So our goal today in this deep dive is to pull out the most important bits of knowledge from the sources we looked at. There's a study protocol from trials and also an informative article, both focused on footwear for women with neuropathy.
Right.
We want to give you the essential information, kind of a shortcut, without you feeling totally bogged down in, technical stuff.
Perfect. So if you're looking to get up to speed quickly on this, maybe it affects you directly or you're helping someone who deals with it, this is definitely the place to be. We want to slice through all the information out there and hopefully give you a few aha moments about what really counts when picking out shoes for neuropathy.
Yeah.
Okay, so delving in, our sources are pretty clear that the right footwear isn't just like a nice extra. It's vital when neuropathy is part of the picture.
It really is. And I think it helps to first understand, well, what is neuropathy fundamentally? It's damage to the peripheral nerves.
Okay.
And when that happens in the feet, it often means numbness, maybe tingling, sometimes pain, and crucially, a reduced ability to feel things properly, heat, cold, pressure.
And that reduced sensation, that loss of feeling, that seems like a huge challenge.
Yeah.
Because you might not even notice, say, a small stone in your shoe.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Or a seam that's rubbing. This loss of what we call protective sensation makes your feet much more vulnerable.
Vulnerable to what specifically?
Well, injuries like cuts or scrapes you don't feel, blisters forming, and even ulcers developing, these things can go unnoticed for too long and then become really serious health problems.
Wow.
So we're not just talking comfort. We're talking about a key way to prevent these kind of silent injuries from escalating into something much worse.
That trial study you mentioned, it dives into this, doesn't it? Looking specifically at therapeutic footwear for diabetic neuropathy.
Yes, exactly. The study protocol really lays out the scientific thinking behind why therapeutic footwear is so important. They're investigating how specific shoe designs can distribute pressure better, what they call offloading.
Offloading, okay.
Yes, taking the pressure off those high-risk areas to prevent ulcers from starting in the first place.
Yeah.
It's not just guesswork. There's solid research looking into this.
And does the study say anything else important?
Well, interestingly, it really highlights that how effective these shoes are depends hugely on patient adherence. Basically, do people actually wear them consistently?
Ah, right. That makes total sense. Doesn't matter how good the shoe is if it stays in the box.
Exactly right.
So when we talk about reducing pressure, that offloading you mentioned, is there a specific target, a number we're aiming for? Both sources seem to mention something.
Yes, that's a really key point. They both converged on this.
Yeah.
The goal is to get the pressure underneath the foot, particularly in those vulnerable spots, below 200 kilopascals.
200 kPa. Okay.
Or, put another way, achieve about a 25 to 30% reduction in pressure compared to just wearing, say, standard off-the-shelf shoes. It gives us a concrete benchmark.
That's really helpful. Okay, so we get why these special shoes are critical, and we have a target for pressure. Now, what features should women with neuropathy actually be looking for? What makes a shoe suitable?
Yeah, the informational article did a great job breaking this down. There are several absolutely essential features. First one, extra depth and width.
Okay, why is that so important?
Well, think about it. Neuropathy can sometimes cause changes in your foot shape, things like claw toes, hammer toes, maybe bunions, which technically is hallux valgus.
Right.
So you need extra room, both top to bottom and side to side, to accommodate those changes and prevent rubbing or pressure on, like, bony areas.
Got it. So enough space to avoid constriction and friction. What's next?
Cushioned insoles, absolutely vital. These aren't just for comfort, they're crucial for spreading that pressure evenly across the whole sole of the foot.
So that directly ties back to hitting that 200 kPa or 25–30% reduction target.
Exactly. It acts like a built-in shock absorber and pressure distributor, protecting those sensitive spots.
Makes sense. That cushioning sounds like it would feel much better too. What else?
Seamless interiors. This might be one people don't immediately think of, but it's critical.
Seamless.
Any seam, any ridge, any rough spot inside the shoe can rub against the skin.
Yeah.
And if you have reduced sensation, you might not feel that irritation until, well, until a blister or a sore has already formed.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's about removing those hidden potential hazards inside the shoe.
Precisely. Minimizing friction is key. Then you need adjustable closures.
Like laces or Velcro.
Yes, laces, Velcro straps, maybe buckles, something that lets you customize the fit. This is super important because feet can swell, especially with neuropathy sometimes, and swelling can change throughout the day.
Ah, right.
So being able to adjust the fit ensures the shoe is snug and supportive, but never too tight.
A shoe that adapts. Good point. What about the bottom of the shoe, the outsole?
You generally want a fairly rigid outsole, sometimes called a rocker sole,
Rigid? Why not flexible?
because a more rigid sole helps control the motion of the foot. It limits excessive bending, especially at the ball of the foot where pressure can be high. It helps stabilize the foot and reduce strain on those sensitive areas, provides a more controlled step.
Okay, controlled motion. And the materials, does that matter?
Hugely. Breathable materials are essential. Think leather, certain types of mesh. You want good airflow.
To keep feet cool.
Well, yes, but mainly to prevent moisture buildup. Too much sweat trapped in the shoe softens the skin, making it more prone to breaking down, and it creates an environment where infections like athlete's foot can thrive.
Right, another potential complication.
Definitely. And one last thing the article mentioned, which ties back to the trials study, is patient-centric design.
What does that mean in practice?
It means the shoes need to be designed not just to be therapeutic, but also appealing enough that people will actually wear them.
Ah, back to the adherence point.
Exactly. If the shoe looks clunky or feels awkward or just doesn't fit someone's lifestyle or sense of style, they're less likely to wear it consistently. So considering the look, the ease of putting it on, that all plays into whether the shoe ultimately does its job.
That's a really important practical point. Okay, so we've got a good list of essential features. Let's pull it together. What are the actual tangible benefits someone gets from wearing the right shoes if they have neuropathy?
The benefits are pretty significant, and they directly address the challenges we talked about. First and foremost, pain reduction and providing necessary support. That's often the most immediate thing people notice.
Okay, less pain, more support.
Second, they actively work to prevent those dangerous pressure points on sensitive areas. That's key for preventing ulcers.
And you mentioned swelling earlier.
Yes, proper footwear accommodates that swelling, those fluctuations in foot size, so the shoe doesn't suddenly become too tight and increase pressure.
Right.
And critically, it helps distribute your body weight and the pressure from walking more evenly across the entire foot surface. That's fundamental for preventing ulceration.
Okay.
Plus, those smooth interiors protect against friction damage. And, taken all together, the right shoes help you stay mobile, help you maintain a more active lifestyle, which is important for overall health, too.
It really sounds like it's hitting the problem from multiple angles, immediate relief and long-term prevention.
That's a good way to put it.
Now, beyond those core features, are there other, maybe more practical things people should think about when they're actually shopping for shoes?
Yes, the article brought up some excellent practical points. For instance, hands-free entry options.
Hands-free, like slip-ons.
Sort of, but specifically designed so you might not even need to bend down or use your hands at all to get the shoe on securely. Think about someone with limited mobility or maybe back problems. Bending down can be difficult or even risky.
Oh, wow. That could be a huge help for some people, a real game changer.
Absolutely. Another practical thing is customizable depth. We mentioned extra depth, but some shoes come with removable insoles, often 2 layers.
Why would you remove them?
Well, if you use custom orthotics prescribed by a podiatrist, you often need extra space. Removing one or both layers creates that room. Or if you just have significant foot deformities that need more vertical space.
Got it. Flexibility and fit.
Exactly. Also, some shoes have antimicrobial treatments built into the lining materials.
To fight odor.
That too, but primarily to help prevent bacterial or fungal infections, which, as we said, people with neuropathy can be more vulnerable to. It's a good proactive step.
Definitely seems wise.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else practical?
Lightweight construction can make a difference. Heavier shoes can lead to fatigue, especially if you're on your feet a lot.
Makes sense.
And let's be realistic, appearance matters. Having options that look professional enough for work or just, not obviously medical is important for many women.
Absolutely.
And finally, I'd re-emphasize the importance of multiple width options. Feet aren't just different lengths, they're different widths. Getting the width right is crucial for a truly comfortable and supportive, non-constricting fit.
It's good to know that the industry seems to be offering features that address these real-world needs. The article actually gave some specific examples, didn't it? Maybe we can walk through those quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It helps make these features more concrete. First up was the OrthoFeet Casey Suede Clog.
Okay, what's the highlight there?
It's positioned as offering, sort of, superior comfort, specifically for neuropathic feet. Key things are its water-repellent suede upper good for managing moisture, and a design focused on a pressure-free fit.
Pressure-free.
Yeah, minimizing contact points. It has an adjustable buckle strap, which is great for handling that swelling we talked about.
Right.
And it uses their own proprietary cushioning system specifically designed for even pressure distribution hitting that target relief goal. Plus, it has built-in anatomical arch support. You see how those features stack up.
Yeah, it ticks a lot of the boxes we discussed. And the benefits.
Well, minimizing contact with sensitive spots, easily adjusting for swelling, helping prevent moisture issues, easy slip-on convenience, and ultimately reducing that ulceration risk. They also note it comes in a few colors, sizes 5-12 including halves, and importantly, multiple widths, B, D, and 2E.
Good range. Okay, next was the Ross Hummerson Elliott Classic Loafer. Sounds dressier.
It is. It's presented as elegant protection, suitable for business or maybe more dressed-up casual wear.
So you don't always have to wear something that looks like an athletic shoe.
Exactly. It uses premium materials like nubuck or soft tumbled leather. Both are breathable and flexible. It has a cushioned footbed for pressure relief, a wider toe box so toes aren't squished, and that crucial smooth interior lining.
So getting the therapeutic benefits in a more professional style.
That's the idea. The benefits are that professional look, durability from the leather, accommodating foot changes without looking overly medical, distributing pressure well, and preventing friction inside. They listed colors like black and brown, mentioned size 6 specifically, but the key thing was the width range. Narrow, 2AA, medium BC, wide DE, and even wide 2E, 3E.
Wow, that's a very comprehensive width selection. That really matters.
It really does. Okay, then there's the Drew Bandit walking shoe. This one had that special feature.
The hands-free entry, right.
Yes, exactly. Really highlighted for people with limited mobility. It also uses what Drew calls their plus fitting system. That's the one with 2 removable footbeds for customizable depth.
Ah, for orthotics.
Right, or just extra room. It has a specific walk-right technology insole for even pressure distribution, includes an AGI's microbe shield of treatment, that's the antimicrobial part.
To help prevent infections.
Correct. And a soft, breathable lining.
And the big benefit is obviously that easier entry.
Absolutely. Eliminating bending and tying, plus accommodating orthotics, helping prevent infections, reducing moisture, and providing durable support. Again, multiple colors, good size range, 6-12, halves included, and several widths up to 4E, 5E.
Very accommodating. What about the Drew Jazz Casual shoe?
The Jazz focuses on being lightweight while still providing support for daily activities.
So less fatigue.
That's the goal. It also has that plus fitting system with the dual removable insoles and walk-right technology. It adds a nylon shank for stability, has a reinforced midsection and heel counter for structure so it's not flimsy even though it's light, and uses Drylex lining specifically for wicking moisture away.
Okay, so light but stable and dry.
Pretty much. Benefits are reduced fatigue, accommodating orthotics or deformities, helping prevent skin breakdown from moisture, ensuring a proper fit with multiple widths, and offering a more, fashionable casual look. Comes in a couple of colors, sizes 6-12 with halves, and a really wide range of widths, including down to AA, narrow.
Good to have narrow options, too. Okay, last one was the Brooks Women's Ghost Max 2 road running shoe. This sounds different.
It is. This one is geared towards more active individuals, maybe with mild to moderate neuropathy, who want to continue running or walking for exercise.
So for maintaining mobility.
Exactly. Its big feature is generous cushioning. They call it 100% DNA LOFT for high impact absorption. It also has a segmented crash pad sole designed for smooth transitions from heel strike to toe off.
Okay.
And the upper is an engineered air mesh, which provides breathability but also structure and support.
So the benefits here are more about activity.
Yes. Superior cushioning to reduce pressure during impact, smoother transitions to reduce jarring or shearing forces, keeping feet dry with the breathable mesh, providing a supportive fit for stability during movement, and basically encouraging and enabling continued physical activity. Comes in a couple of colors, sizes 512 with halves and widths B, D, and 2E.
It's really great to see that range, from clogs to loafers to walkers to runners, all incorporating features for neuropathy.
It really underscores that finding the right shoe depends a lot on individual needs, foot condition, and lifestyle. It's not one size fits all.
Definitely. So let's just quickly recap. To wrap things up, what are the absolute must-remember takeaways for our listener from this deep dive?
I think the number one thing is proper footwear isn't optional. It's essential for managing neuropathy and preventing serious problems like foot ulcers. It's truly fundamental to foot health and your overall well-being.
Absolutely. And when looking at shoes, what are those key features again?
Remember the checklist: extra depth and width, good cushioning, seamless interiors, adjustable closures, a relatively rigid sole, and breathable materials. Those are the core components of a protective, supportive shoe.
And the payoff for finding shoes with these features is?
Reduced pain, prevention of those dangerous pressure ulcers, accommodating things like swelling, and ultimately supporting a more active, comfortable life.
Right. And don't forget that point about actually wearing them.
Yes. That patient-centered design idea. As the trial study pointed out, choosing shoes you find comfortable and acceptable in appearance, shoes you'll actually wear consistently, is critical for getting those good health outcomes. Adherence is key.
So it's a mix of the technical specs and the personal preference factor.
Exactly. You need both.
This has been incredibly informative. It really drives home how significant choosing the right footwear is when you're living with neuropathy.
It really is. It's about protection, it's about prevention, and it's about preserving your mobility and quality of life. The research strongly supports the huge impact that consistent use of the right therapeutic footwear can have.
And we saw today there are options out there catering to different needs, different styles, different activity levels.
Yes, and remembering to factor in your own preferences to make sure you'll stick with wearing them, that really can't be stressed enough.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. As you consider your footwear, think about how making the right choice could genuinely transform your day-to-day experience with neuropathy.
It's a powerful thought.
We hope this deep dive has armed you with some valuable insights. Maybe it sparked some new questions for you. We definitely encourage you to explore more and always consult with your doctor or podiatrist for personalized advice tailored exactly to your situation. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.